Sweet. So anyway, yeah. Hope you guys out there having a great time this Christmas holiday. Hope there was a lot of good vibes out there this year. Everybody tries to have a good time through the Christmas holidays. It can be really hectic. Going to places, the mall. I hate the mall with a passion. Black Christmas. Really thought I could do it, and I was totally chilled this year, and I thought I had it together, and it's a good thing we made it out alive. That's all I can say. But just tired of dealing with all the people and the heat that people create when they're jammed in a building. It
The way it was hot in there. It was hot in there.
Yeah, it was hot, man. It was super hot.
It was kind of terrible.
But that was Black Friday. Everything's done.
That's what we get.
Yeah, that was whoa. I mean, shit. I mean, what else did we do Black Friday? We went shopping. Like,
We needed to.
yeah, we needed to go shopping. Bought her a bunch of stuff. And nothing for me. Like the usual guy shit. But I mean, but I enjoyed it.
This year you got. He was wearing.
You're right. I did. I did splurge $25. I got this dope ass
And some
Iron
really
Maiden
good
shirt.
cologne.
A what?
Don't say nothing about the cologne. This
Oh,
cologne
but
is
the
good.
cologne was only $10. So, and it was like
On super sale, and it smells great.
after a $400 purchase of jeans. You know what I mean? So,
No, it wasn't that for it.
But yeah, they look really good though. But it was like the one was $200. The other ones were like $189 or something. But you really can't put a price on good material that really fits.
Sorry, I like the soft kind.
Yeah, they look good on your ass and shit. I really like the way it looks. I can't lie, man.
I'm not gonna
It
complain.
was good. Yeah.
For real.
For reals. Anyway, yeah. So we did all that. We came home. Yeah. I had my son over this weekend, and he hung out. And had a great time with him. Um, and with Tracy here, she's my girl. She's my girlfriend. We've been best friends for like 10 years, right? So like
Or
at
more.
least it was over
Or
10
more.
years now. So yeah. So when I say like best friends, uh, she was married and I was always single, or pretty much
We
always
worked
single.
at the same place.
They worked in the same place, and we're pretty much on every break together. So we knew the ins and outs of who we were from like a long time ago. And
What we were
then,
going through
we
for
went
the whole
through.
entire time. We went
It
through
was
a lot of the
horrible.
same. A
Yeah, it
lot
was
of the
very
same
horrible things that we went through different things for sure. But I could say they were very different avenues, but um
Kind of ended up in the same like feeling type, different ways.
yeah, different ways. But like today's subject, we're just kind of this channel we wanted to talk about like different subjects every day and different topics, so it doesn't get stale on just one thing all the time. And so we were going to be talking about like today's since it's Christmas time and all that fun stuff is in there. So I went and did some fun stuff yesterday. We went to my mom's, and so we went out there and um you know little backstory. My mom's relationship's kind of shaky. Um, I'm not real sure. If you ask me, it's one thing. If you ask her, it's something else. So like, I'm not here to.
I met mom about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving or so, something around there.
Yeah.
About that time. So I went there one time before Thanksgiving, and then the next time I showed up, it was a holiday. The very next like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Usually he's been going to see his mom every 2 weeks, basically.
Yeah, I get a haircut every 2 weeks out there and stuff because I don't know. I feel like a hippie if I don't. Anyway.
And also, he wants to spend time with his mom.
No, it's really the haircut.
I know it's the haircut, but I'm telling you,
Yeah.
your dad passed away.
Yeah, dad passed away, fell out of a tree, broke every bone, and he severed his spinal cord. He's 80. Um, Survived cancer. Really is radiation. I think it's the radiation that did it. Hollowed out all his bones, made Swiss cheese out of his bones. He lived. He beat the odds. He lived, and yeah, he was chainsawing a limb out of a tree. The chainsaw kicked back. He fell out, and he fell like 10 feet. He's 80, and he was like Humpty Dumpty, just blew him apart. But he was still alive, but he's paralyzed. It was crazy. Like it was. I don't know. It was kind of. Should I even say stuff about that? Like talk about that?
You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, man. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. So I don't know, that seems like a pretty deep rabbit hole. Like I don't even want to get into all that right now.
We can save it for a whole nother video. Honestly.
That's like a whole other thing. I'm talking about Christmas, man. So anyway, yeah. So she,
for sure.
Yeah, Dad's dead. Mom's dealing with the with the loss, and
which is terrible. I feel very sorry for anyone who loses their spouse.
Absolutely.
I feel a lot of empathy for someone who has been with somebody else as a companion every single day.
Yeah, for like 50 years plus.
50 plus years is a long time. A lot of people don't even stay married that long. There's not really marriages that last that long anymore.
Oh.
And, he, I guess, stuck it out. They stuck it out together or whatever, right?
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Or I don't really know how to call that. Like,
yeah, they stuck it out for the 50. I don't know if that's what people do, but if that's what they call it. If that's I stuck it out for the 50. You know what I mean?
I don't really know.
That's why I see a lot of people.
I don't know them like that.
No,
I never met the dad, but
everybody I don't feel is like that. I feel that there are couples that have been together for 50 plus years and really, truly, honestly love each other. Like I've seen it. I just don't think
true love does exist.
Mine were not that.
It's a fake.
Even though they would tell you that. They're definitely not.
That's the fakery beginning.
Yeah, so that was just the beginning of issues that created there. We went to my mom's. Everything was going as well as possible, I guess. And as soon as we walked in, I sat some stuff down. My back was to my mom, and her tone of voice, like when we came in to greet us, was like I didn't even look at my girlfriend. I didn't even look at my mom. I was just like, oh, this is going to be an interesting one, because the way she, her tone of voice she used was definitely a very dry.
She had a blank look on her face.
Oh, okay, so she has
completely blank stare.
Like, why do you think she has a blank stare?
I have no idea, because she's fully judging me for some reason that I have no idea. That's all I know. She's like, what are you gonna say? I was like, hello, hi.
And she just had this total.
And she was
stare at you, like what? Because we didn't really get into what the stare was.
I guess. Okay, let me try to show you.
Like what? She says.
Oh, you're here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really need to use the restroom. Is that okay?
I remember that.
I dipped. It was so awkward.
Yeah, so after that seemed to be all right. All the bullshit stopped at that point, for the moment. And for whatever reason, my mom,
we made it through a meal.
She just,
that was good.
Tough woman to get along with, man.
Well, he already knew that she wasn't gonna like me before she
Before we
met
even
me.
got together, my mom was a hard woman to please. I think there's only one girl that I even dated in my life that they even liked, and
Mm.
and that is it. And,
Well,
and that was she was a girl. Like we were like I was like 16, she was like 21. I was like,
hmm
you know what I mean? Yeah. So that was it. That was like it. So I'm like, that's what that's they didn't like anybody after that. Like, and I'm like, I don't understand it. You know,
whoever
unless
they're trying to marry you off to the
if
first
my
bidder, and they were
if
like, "Oh no, he's not down."
like I have a son, and if he brought home, whoever, as long as they're not a drug addict, and they got a job, and that's just who you like or love, then have at it, man.
Well, I always knew it didn't
That's
matter who
great,
I
like,
brought
because
home.
you can't stop it. Because if you try to stop it, then they're not going to involve you with their life. Because why would they? You don't like
No,
that person. All
no.
they're going to say is, "You still dating that person?" Well, they're not bad for you, or they're not good for you.
How do you know?
Yeah, how do you know? Well, they look like undesirables.
Mhm.
I think my mom would use that term, undesirable, for sure. Um, and I grew up with no silver spoon up my ass because I grew up on a farm. Um, my mom grew up differently, and I don't know if she was trying to get a life that she never had or something, but it
The vicarious living through
almost
you.
like some mommy dearest shit. I don't know, man. It was just very odd, you know. Like I was the whipping ginger bitch, and I was like not even ginger and not even a bitch. Like I was just a boy,
Yeah,
and I
the
had
boy.
I did have red hair as a child, but you couldn't beat me then, so we went from blonde to like just brown color. So yeah, so they had it all wrong. They didn't know, and so yeah. So I just and then like and then, so anyway, so we fucking hung out at Christmas. My mom wants to open up, or we go and eat. So everybody eats. Everything's pretty good, right? That all went good, right?
Yeah, I mean, we picked up the food on the way there. It wasn't like a dinner, but that was
Yeah,
fine. That was
that
perfectly.
was yeah.
That was cool.
Like
It was like plan ahead. That's what they do. Cool. I'm down. Love pizza any day.
I started tripping out a little bit. I started having anxiety a little bit about that, just because I didn't I didn't really think that it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like things were gonna go right.
Well, she actually said at the table that it was weird not having a whole spread, but it was like a pre-planned thing.
It,
Weeks in advance, you knew that you were going to be picking up the food on the way to.
well, yeah, but I mean, I knew it wasn't gonna be a big like
Well,
we
right.
didn't want like a big deal. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
I mean,
because I didn't.
She's
I mean,
her husband passed away. This is her first
yeah.
year.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I keep playing with all my hair. It's a really mess. I really just
you
need to
should
put
just
the
tie
hat on.
it back or put a hat on, bro.
I need to put the hat on to just be done. But anyways, I don't even remember.
There we go. I can do that.
Mm. Yeah, just cut the whole thing and start over now. Just kidding. Okay,
You good?
I think so.
All right.
Sorry.
So you want to just keep going?
I lost my train of thought.
No, I mean I'm good. I mean I kind of know where I'm at. So we're at my mom's and we're eating dinner, and we had pizzas, and so it's me and my son and my girlfriend.
Oh
And
right, yeah, I
my,
said it was a planned thing. It was like pre-planned in advance. We knew that's how it was going to go
oh
down.
yeah, okay,
Pick up the food, but then she said it was weird.
yeah,
She said at the table that it was weird not having a whole spread.
oh yeah, because that's what she says she's used to. Well, if she means like full spread, like
A dinner that she cooked, like
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
not
I mean,
no.
not even that, but at least that.
No,
Like
no,
I
no, no, no,
think
no. She would go to Walmart and get like chicken chunks.
the what?
Yeah, so it's like chicken chunks, dude, and like the spicy ones or the plain ones and stuff, and barbecue, right? And then Then there would be meatballs sometimes, but people, I don't really like a lot of meatball stuff. It gives me heartburn. So she stopped having that. So it was pretty much those chicken chunks and a vegetable dish, a vegetable tray. That was like the
She's
spread.
buying the pre.
Oh,
she is
and
not
shrimp.
the
And shrimp. You gotta like.
Wait, did she cook Thanksgiving? Did she cook that meal?
She cooked the turkey.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
No, I mean, I knew she bought
the
moon landing or anything.
I mean, I just didn't. I didn't really realize. I thought she had made that dinner. It was all served like she made it. So, except she did say she bought the green beans.
Green beans is pretty much all she did. That was not hers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I mean, it felt like a homemade meal. I didn't think anything else.
It is. I mean, it was.
It doesn't really matter. None of that matters. So it was all her plans. She set all of it up.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah, she did. So everything's cool so far. And then let's see. We ate dinner, and then she wanted to open up gifts, right? And I was like, sure, why not? That's gonna be a quick thing. I told her that we couldn't stay long because we had to make we had stuff we had to work on here, and so she's like, that's fine. So we go in the living room, and my boy opens up a couple things. We each open up thing. We give my mom a gift. Bought her a woodwick candle. She bought
me a really nice gift. She bought me a really nice.
It was really nice. It smelled. That's what I liked about it, because when she's showing me, it was like it smelled like leather.
It was like a crossbody bag.
But it is leather.
And
but
it's leather, and that's what I said when I opened the box. Like, yo, I can smell it already. Like, I know I love it. It smelled so good.
Yeah, I like.
And I do appreciate the gift. I mean, but seems like just something she does, like for whatever. I mean.
Yeah, because she did that stuff for
anybody.
There's it's sort of like the rite of passage thing.
Okay.
Be my
you like the obligatory girlfriend gift. Here's a purse.
There you go, man.
Well, I got the obligatory. You're my future mother-in-law, whether you like it or not.
She's not really like that. That might put her in one of these early things back here if you keep that up. So that's
like it or love it. Yes, I picked out the candle. It was his idea to get it, and I seconded that motion.
This woodwick candle, right? Really good. It sounds like if you never heard one before, it sounds like a crackling fire. I don't know. They're like $30 or something, but they're really cool. So we got her that damn thing, and everything was fine. It really was, until she's like, well, do you want to play some Uno? And I have these 4 lottery tickets as prizes, and I'm like,
prizes. So we got something to win. That was a fun thing to do. I thought
prizes is in my head. I'm like, okay, prizes, because I was thinking, well, prizes, but then my other head was like, yo, you're going to probably argue with your mom if you stay much longer. And I was like, but everything
time had a limit.
Everything was going so well. I was like, there's no way. I couldn't say it couldn't possibly happen, but it was highly unlikely that I was going to have an argument with my mom that night about something at Christmas that could have been totally unavoidable. So we're playing this. What was that, like?
Uno Attack.
Is it Uno Attack? All right, yeah.
It's Uno, but it's got that little machine where you push a button
and it spits out. It's like jizzes cards at you. It's like, and
if you get lucky, you get none.
Yeah.
Like the kid got none like a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, that's great. But
totally was the only winner.
I get like 36, and then I hold my hand out like that, and they all stop coming out.
I was like, you figure out the cheat code.
Yeah, I was like, stop. And so we were playing.
We were having a good time.
And actually, you know what, we talked about that yesterday.
We figured out what happened.
No, listen to me though. we played the game before that like that though too.
Because she did it.
Yeah, it was
automatically. Like, I was like, who goes next? And she was throwing her cards.
Yeah. Down. So she did it last game. So she did it that
Let
game.
me just ask a question really quick. Who puts when you play a game, do you go when you play out, you deal the cards or whatever, the first person goes, who goes next? The player to their left or the player to their right? Who goes next? Just like write it in the comments or whatever, because that's what I need to know. I need to take a poll, but we're brand new, so
yeah,
DJ brand new.
Gotta be careful.
It's okay.
Right. Say that later. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think you still.
Oh wait, for reals?
No.
I was like, you're crazy. Yeah. So like,
Loser.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So we're like, So we're like, my mom is, oh, we're gonna leave because we're playing Uno. Okay, we're playing Uno. God, that was totally what we're doing.
Yes, good job. I suck at this.
Freaking Uno. And then the first game, my son wins, and he wins a card, and that was very nice. And he won nothing, but it was still cool, right? Right? Because I love playing lottery. And game 2 starts. So like game 2 started, and by the third card in, I was like, no, it was the fourth card laid. I was looking at who was laying, and I was like, wait, whose turn is it? Because, and I don't know why it struck me as such a weird thing that I couldn't comprehend, but I literally couldn't comprehend it. I was like, there's 4 people here, and I'm the person that laid the third card down. Whose turn is it? And it was like I wasn't getting the answer that my brain needed because, like she said, it should have been going the other way around. And
because you automatically defaulted to the play going to the left.
But like this really is.
It's clockwise. So I mean, it's up for interpretation. That's why I want to know, what do you do? Have you always played that way or always played this way?
Like minuscule this issue is. It really doesn't mean anything to me. It means, but it's everything.
Because we're playing freaking Uno and you don't know who you're skipping.
So not only this, to add everything to the holidays, yeah, my doctor just decides to leave the practice to her practice about 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, a whole nother story too.
And so yeah, she left, and I've been without medication that I've been needing to help, for depression and all this stuff. I mean, it's really getting to be quite an issue. And
that's always an issue.
So like I've been like doing okay, decent, but still, whatever. I mean, I don't know how many of you go out have problems like that, but I deal with some pretty strong shit sometimes.
Me too.
I know she deals with a lot of strong shit sometimes, but to be without your meds for 4 months, it's just like, and I've been trying to get into another doctor.
It's been a really grueling process.
They do not like to prescribe
anything you need.
Yeah, they
basically.
But you tell them that you've been taking this stuff for a decade, and they're acting like you're fishing for drugs. I'm like,
it's really hard to be on medication in America these days.
Yeah,
even though they're the ones who put you on it. It's weird.
Anyway, that's like, So all that to add fuel to the fire.
Like she knew that you hadn't been on your regular.
Yeah, so we had just had a talk about not being on meds and
during the dinner. Legitimately during
this dinner, and it's like she already acknowledged the fact that people are different when they don't have their meds.
Yeah, and it's not okay.
And it's not okay. She agrees, but I'm sure there's a lot of you right now during the holiday season maybe don't have your meds, because I'm going to tell you, I hope you do, because if you don't, it's a shitty holiday, man. Trust me. I've not wanted to live for a couple of them because holidays just, no matter what, it's just not what it not what it used to be anymore. It's not about the
Like, what
presents or the
actually
gifts or
happened
anything,
to
but
Christmas? What
you
happened?
know, if you have the money or you don't
True.
have the money, it shouldn't even matter. Like, because once that starts to happen, people are like, oh, don't worry about it, whatever. But deep down, you're like, you do worry about it because when you say, hey, don't buy me anything, that's code for don't buy me anything because I can't afford shit. You know what I mean? I can't afford to buy you anything this year.
That doesn't mean go and buy me an Xbox or a
Well,
PlayStation
I would never buy an
5.
Xbox because that's dumb. That's a waste of money. But I would. But this person bought me a PlayStation 5, and I seriously was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I was like, "You're making me not. You're making me want to delete
That was in
myself."
previous years, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "You make me want to delete myself right now because I
They totally
literally
don't comprehend that.
I told her that not to buy me anything, like anything, nothing." And they act like they're just doing this holy job, and I'm like, "Holy shit, you're killing me, man!" And of course, I didn't take the game system back. That's dumb. But not stupid. I mean, I'm depressed. I'm not stupid though. So
Smart,
yeah.
actually.
So
Kind of genius.
yeah, the game system helped me out. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm dealing with this shit, and like I said, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are dealing with the same issues, maybe probably worse. And the problems that you have with family members can be the silliest, stupidest thing, and it turns into this big monster problem real quick because everybody's stressed, everybody's fucking tired, everybody's had a lot of pressure put on them, for whatever, to get the presents, pay the
Seems like when
bills.
we're all
It's like,
there, everybody's walking on eggshells,
yeah,
like
and just
wondering
let's just
what
get
each
through
other
it.
is gonna do,
Yeah, man,
and it's weird.
it's very weird. It
It's so
sucks.
awkward.
Very awkward. And these are your family members. I mean, at least that's how I feel.
Well, they are your family members.
I know, but
and I'm kind of like a stranger to them, but I've been a best friend to you for a long time.
And when I tell people, it's not even my parents. It's like when I have told somebody before, we've been best friends for 10 years. I don't think either they've never had best friends
for 10 years,
or they've never had, they don't think that guy and a girl cannot have sex and still be best friends. Like, because.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that when we start our actual podcast.
Yeah,
but that's a whole other thing too.
It is a whole ass other thing, but
don't get it twisted. He is my boyfriend now.
She is my girlfriend. But I'm just saying, like, I was just hoping to talk about some stuff tonight that if there are people up wrapping presents or are really depressed right now or just fucking bored as shit or whatever, you just came across this channel, I appreciate you. And I just appreciate you watching us tonight because maybe we can help you get through something and maybe you can relate to us or maybe you just don't give a shit. I mean, everybody has an opinion, right? So
like it or love it, everybody's got an opinion.
That's right.
Can't change that.
So
we just like to share. And
yeah, but I want to talk some more about Christmas and shit. It's like how commercialized, I mean, I don't want to get into religion and all this other crap, but that's what the holidays are supposed to be based around. And
it's so off.
But, I don't know. The only time I'm even have a remnants of what the actual holiday is as far as being out and about is when I go by a church because they have the nativity scene up. Other than that, you don't see anything in the malls. You don't see anything usually in anybody's yard because what's in everybody's yard? You got Rudolph, you got Jack Skellington, maybe some like penguin stuff or whatever. I mean, whatever. It has nothing to do with Jesus. And and I'm not going to sit here and preach to you about anything, but it's like what this holiday is. Like, what? Are we good?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it's not
I'm
like,
listening to you.
right. So this holiday to me, like, like I said, I'm not a huge monster believer in religion. Like, I'm not a Bible thumper or anything. I believe that we were all created. There is a creator of some type, but um, yeah, I just if we're all such, if the masses of the Christians are, so Christian, then you know why are the importance of gifts so important? Shouldn't it be almost the opposite? Shouldn't it be that you gave so much this year to your charity, or you bought homeless people something that you can't afford stuff for your kids and stuff, and they should be grateful and happy because Jesus would want that. You know what I mean? Like, to me, honestly, like, that's a pretty big gift, man. If your kids for 1 year in your family can give up presents that you would spend on yourself, and we're talking like husband wife presents, we're talking kid presents. If you got it like that, you're gonna spend it like that. And we all know that shit because I
That
do
is how
that.
it goes.
But yeah. So just take a whole year and spend it on, like, you go down where, depending on where you live, a homeless person. Not just one. Divide it up into like four of them. Divide it up into three of them. Whatever. Spend all that money you were gonna spend on yourselves and go spend it on a homeless person, because to me, that's like a really Christian thing to do. Like, maybe it's not to everybody out there, because a lot of people out there are probably like, "Fuck that." I'm not gonna just give some homeless person some money, or or buy them shit. Like, why? Well, because like what? Talk to me.
The thing that makes a problem out of it is that what are they doing it for?
Who,
Are
like the
they
Christians, or just people that are really religious?
the ones that are fronting to be uh you know the Christianist, most Christiany Christian that ever Christianed.
I'm sorry.
and
This is a
and
holiday for it,
honestly,
so it's.
and this is what I have to say about it. It's a lot of fakery in that business. I'm sorry, I'm not anti anything. I actually, and none of that really matters. It's just that I can't complete a thought. That's a
Well,
problem.
okay,
I'm exhausted. I'm
all
sorry.
right, it's cool. You
I
know,
did some stupid shit.
we've been trying to get this channel up, so we're both a little tired right now. So, like, anyway, we're talking about how Christmas has lost its true meaning of, like, religion, because I don't know how it lost it, but growing up, I'll tell you what. We went to church, on East, on Christmas Eve and shit like that, or but there really wasn't no. I don't remember a lot of families talking about Jesus and shit unless it was on a TV program, or like the stuff they had on, like,
Televangelists and
not
stuff.
even, dude. They had like Christmas or Christian, like, Jesus movies out and stuff. Like, I can't even remember right now, but they
Okay, the movies and the theater
yeah,
even.
yeah. You're right. But I've talked to some people about this, and recently, in the past couple of years, because I've wondered why it's such a competitive market to buy the best of the best for your kids, for your wife, and if you don't, oh my God, you're a fucking horrible wife, you're a horrible husband, your kids are gonna hate you and shit. It's like, no, you can do what you can do, and that's it. And if it's not good enough for them, you might want to think about rethinking your family life, because obviously they're living off your paycheck and not off you, because they don't love you, if that's the fact.
Yeah.
They really
And
don't.
I
They really
remember what I
don't.
was going to say earlier. It's the problem becomes when it's them doing the things only to be seen doing the thing. instead of doing it from the kindness of their heart to help the
I don't
person.
think you're supposed to do shit like that. You're not
You're not.
supposed to
I feel like you shouldn't. You're not supposed to be boastful and go running around telling everybody, "Hey, I did so and so today. I gave away. I reached in my pocket and gave away $300 today at the grocery store." It's a really nice thing to do, but where you're doing it for, if you're announcing it, I just feel like,
and it's a good thing that you do that. But
it's a beautiful thing.
It is, but it's the whole reason. It's the how you went about doing it. Like you didn't have to. It's like I've seen some YouTubers going up to homeless people and giving them like $1,000.
I wish I could do that.
That'd be great. But you know what?
It's
Why do you have to make content? And I know it is content.
I wouldn't do it though. I wouldn't make content. I would give it to people though.
If you would, I would give it too, dude. And I don't need a picture with it. Like
no,
you should just be in your heart.
You know what you gave. Like, you whatever. Know what you donate. You know what you do.
Yeah.
And you know why you do it. That's the whole point. Yeah. It's where your heart's at when you do it and who you actually care about. Are you doing it to put yourself a good deed up on the Jesus list so you're looking like shinier, or are you doing it because you love people and you're supposed to take care of each other, and that's just what it's supposed to be about? It's the problem comes to me when it's like you don't have empathy at all, but you think throwing money at situations is actually going to solve a problem. Listen, money helps a lot of things. You need bill money, okay. You need this thing, okay. That might solve your problem, your immediate now problem. But money is not everything.
It's really not, man.
And actually, if we didn't need it to live, like it'd be,
if strippers wouldn't have a job, you know what I mean? They really would. They would put the end of the strip club.
It just sucks so bad that you have to have so much money to survive in this world. It's like a vicious cycle. Never ending. Christmas is all filled with propaganda. Just buy this, buy that. All the commercials, all the bling, now it's all over the stinking phones. And they're like getting pop-ups left and right of bright colors.
I just turn my shit off, dude. I don't even like it.
I mean, years and years and years have gone by where I'm like getting screenshots of things I want for Christmas from people. Like,
only one time, I don't know how it happened, but it was in my Facebook algorithm as far as
it was in your feed.
In my feed, stuff, because shit I look up.
Yeah.
They were like straight up like dildos and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, that was like, I was like looking up like shit, like, I was looking up like sex toy shit. But
you better save that for our podcast on Patreon.
But I'm telling
we're gonna start a podcast, but
that's what I was looking
Patreon,
up,
not
right?
YouTube.
And YouTube or Facebook brought that stuff up, man. I was like,
Facebook is into the.
But that was only happened that one time. Yeah, I was like, and I showed people at work because I was like,
kinky.
I was like, what? How is that possible? How is that even legal? But like I said, that was like 6-7 years ago. So I don't know if it's different now. But man, I was
probably. I'm a guess.
I was like, what?
Unless you're always Googling for some extra toys, but we can't really talk about that.
Yeah, I know, but I was probably. I don't know.
That's it's not way far out my.
It wasn't dildos for me, man. Because I don't like that,
bro. No need to justify anything here, dear.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Patreon.
Not even.
Actually,
not even a pinky, dude. Like,
actually,
I'm not
even. Since you brought it up, actually, the podcast is going to be on Patreon, and it's going to be called "Just Don't Tell My Dad."
Yeah, I heard it's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's got some stuff that like kinkier stuff to talk about, or is that just all it's going to be about, or what?
Not all. I feel like there are some lessons to be learned.
Like what? Like
Like I think that
Like
like
kind of like watching after school special lessons or what? Like what? What are you talking about?
if it has to come down to a tutorial, I mean,
That's
all
on
right, kidding,
that's on the
kidding, kidding.
Patreon. That's on
Well,
the Patreon or what?
mm,
Yeah, because I mean, what? I mean, or are you just gonna like sample out stuff and then if you want to know more, you gotta go to the Patreon, or how are you gonna?
where our podcast has got to be on Patreon.
No, that podcast right there, that one.
Yeah,
Oh, just don't tell my dad,
yeah,
or just don't tell my daddy.
but no,
Yeah,
because my daddy already knows.
I know, man. It's like, yeah, I heard you get this.
Just don't tell my dad.
Okay. Well, anyway,
It's a really good time. I can't wait to
it
share.
really is. It's a great time. Um, yeah, I have a lot to share. Trust me. Yep. Um, trust me. And it amazes me, and people who find out about how her and I like actually hooked up. It is it's something. I don't know. It's almost like it was like the way everything
Kind
went
of
down.
like divine intervention.
That's
I
exactly
kind of
that
have to
was it.
call it.
Because there's no freaking way. And I'm not somebody that is into doing things the way it went down, but it just did. It worked out, and I was like, the only reason this is working out like this is because it's supposed to.
That is actually where the podcast is going to start. It's actually starts at where, like, how we met and how we actually became we
Oh,
a couple.
all right. Me and you became we.
Mhm.
All right.
Us.
Oh, that works too. Yep. Um,
We're they. Mhm.
I know. Isn't that those chicks that don't know if they're boys or girls?
No, no, that's called non-binary. We're
That's what?
non-binary.
Oh, non-binary.
Yes, we have to. He's a okay.
I know. I thought that one chick wanted to be called a they. I thought it was weird.
Yeah, but you don't say chick though because that's not.
If you don't say what?
You don't say chick though. Like
Oh, I
if
mean
it's person,
that
they're just a
human
person.
with a
You
vagina.
get no,
that
you don't
one-
answer that. As a
And
person,
they had
okay, you know.
they had lumps in their chest.
Just
I don't know.
listen.
And
Just
they
listen.
weren't boobs. They were like guys. They were like
Just listen.
stripper boobs and stuff.
It's hard to teach older
hard to-
people new things, and I know that his mother and sister understand that as well.
Man, see, that was something else I totally forgot to tell you guys about. And it's really like kind of the main focus of why I even
There's a
started this,
little bit
man.
of a big thing in there that
Because,
we
like-
didn't get to yet.
So so I've been telling people that we were starting up. It was actually her vision of a YouTube channel, and then I'm just kind of like, do whatever I can to make it work, and then it becomes like our channel, right? So like we're
The
making.
most supportive person I've ever met in my whole life.
Yeah, she's the most beautiful. She's the most beautiful girl I've ever met. She's
Gosh,
she's
don't
the
even
nicest
say that
person
stuff.
that I've ever met.
You're gonna
Actually, so
embarrass me.
but
Thank
you know you are. So she's pretty much
So
like
are
me,
you.
but she's
So are you.
yeah.
Like we are a lot like.
We deal with a lot of the same issues. And we came from different
And we understand each other
That's
a lot
pretty
more
much what it was,
than
yeah.
people.
normal people
Than
that
people
even
usually
say
do.
that they like we've been through this or that. It's like, oh, really? Have you really? Well, hang on, because you're not just dealing with a mental issue; you're dealing with a whole nut house. So
Mhm.
hang on, man. So
Mhm.
and they don't like that.
So
right?
right,
They're
get
like, let me
ready,
off. Let me
buckle
off. I'm
up
like,
because we're about to rock on.
But so when I'm over telling my mom about, I've been telling her since December 1st that we're starting this channel, and Tracy originally did start this channel. So it was roughly that time. And I broke down a whole speech to my mom. I spent like an hour, over an hour on the phone to her, telling her about the channel. Didn't necessarily say like what the channel was going to be necessarily about.
We told her about it on Thanksgiving, actually.
We told her we were going to start,
and
that we were going to make money on it. Like
and
this is going to be our job.
She asked when we were going to start, and I said I hopefully would like to start by January or December 1st is my goal, or beginning of December is what I said, and she said that's Friday, you know.
Well, she also said, so what are you going to do until then? Kind of like, so what are you going to do for a job? And
well, like this is kind of what I did like during the whole lockdown scenario. All I did was meet people on YouTube because that's what I had. I was in a really bad scenario at the time, as I have been for like my whole life,
every time
up until now. And if you've listened to any of my last crazy videos, you've heard a little, but that's only from one.
Yeah. So what are we talking about now? So yeah. So like I told my mom about the video stuff, right? And then last night comes around, and before we went and played these Uno games, I was like, "You're gonna watch a YouTube video," and he's this guy we watched on this channel. It's kind of like our inspiration, huh?
I was just saying that.
You won't say his name. Mm-mm. Yeah. So like yeah. So like we were watching this guy. I wasn't gonna say, but for inspiration, right? We watch him quite a bit. You know, we have, you know, give him props for that, you know, because he's a learning person too. So you know, congratulations to that person. But you know, we watched him grow pretty quickly, you know, and we were like, you know, if he can do it, we can do it. And I've been pushing her to make this channel actually work and be up and actually do something, because all we've been doing is talking about it. And then she finally made it like videos all week. You know, she's been working really hard doing what she can right now. Like I said, we're just starting out, and we really want this channel to grow. But we really would love response from you to let us know what it is you like or don't like about this channel, you know, or to help us out to improve stuff. I mean, that'd be great too. You know, there's no bad criticism, because, you know, it's like, you know, if you don't like something, you know, whatever, you know, it's like, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings, dude. So
yeah, we're gonna have a whole array of things to talk about on here.
Yeah, it's not gonna be one lame ass like topic all the time, you know. It's
we won't rant and rave all the time, I promise.
No, but we did have to get some stuff off our chest for you know, like Christmas and stuff, because some shit went down. And also, you know, if you'd like to be a guest on our show sometime, you know, you can also leave us a message, and we would get back with you for sure. You know, we'd love to have people on here to, you know, debate with, talk about, you know, different topics, subject matters. You know,
yeah, whether it's like a mental health thing or like a relationship thing, sure. Especially if it's like a DV, you know, situation or anything that you feel like you need to get off your chest that you're trying to heal from. Because this to me is like part of my healing journey. It's like I have an outlet here, and I feel like I'm allowed to use it now. It's been a long time where I've been controlled and not allowed to do what I wanted, and I felt like I mean during lockdown I really like researched about YouTube and online working and stuff like that, because I've been so miserable at my job, just so miserable for so many years, and it just feels like this is what I'm supposed to do to heal me, maybe. I hope.
Well,
Maybe along the way, somebody can like not have to learn the same lesson I had to learn, or at least they can,
relate to it or something, and walk away with it knowing
know
that they're
that
not
they're
the only
not
person,
alone.
for sure.
Exactly.
That's definitely a good positive thing to put out there, or
I mean, in my previous videos, I've put, I always put the National Domestic Violence Hotline in there, and you can text start to 88788, and actually there's a QR code too I made at the
oh
end of the
sweet,
video,
that's
so you
cool.
can scan it if you
Yeah,
need to, and you don't have to. You can just do it real quick if you have to. Sometimes
right.
you have to build a safety plan, and I know all about that. um, I actually escaped twice, luckily.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy story. I've
It's a
listened
lot
to it
of it. It's a
for
lot
like
of
10,
stories.
11 years, man, and you know
I'm finally at the end of my terrible story era.
if she would have stayed in that relationship any longer, like she would not be the pretty girl that I am with right
Oh,
now,
I
because it
wouldn't.
was draining her physically, mentally. Like, man, I was so depressed for her. Man, I felt so bad for her because she
I
was my
was
best friend,
losing
man. And I was
myself.
like,
I was losing myself trying to figure out what
man,
medications I was supposed to be on, and gaining weight, and just not eating, and just terrible.
yo, yeah,
When your body is always in like a
fight or
fight
flight.
or flight. See, my problem was that I always froze, but it's just panic mode, and just to say it in it, like, because there's also fawning, and I think they call it something else now too, but it's panic mode. So when you're always anxiety ridden,
Yeah.
your body can't do the things that it like naturally
Naturally
needs
do,
to
yeah,
do,
for sure.
and like it's almost like gravity even isn't a thing in there, because like you don't get hungry, your body is
Yeah,
not.
but it's always burning
I'm
energy
always
with what.
depleted. I'm always
But you
exhausted.
gained so much weight. It was like water weight or something. I was like,
That
what?
medication that I was on, it felt like it worked to me. So I really wanted to
I was
just
so
work
mad that
so
you
hard
said that.
against
I
it.
was like,
I wanted to work really hard against it, and fight the weight gain. And I was
man,
going to, but
I know
I
you.
got injured.
I
I
remember.
I
Yeah.
fell and broke my toes at home on one foot, and then at work I rolled over the front of my foot straight over my steel toe boot,
Yeah.
right onto my little bony top of my foot, and like I know I cracked or fractured or something. I messed it up in there, and so I could barely walk, and then comes winter, and then comes the end of winter, and spring's coming. I'm ready to get out there, and I pull a muscle in my back.
So when I
My
had
back
not
went completely out.
seen you because I was not on your shift, that's when I saw you. Was when you were coming back to work.
I was on the couch for 2
And
months.
you were like so much
A
pain
blimp.
at work. Yeah, I was like, who in the hell did you do with my girl? With my girl? What'd you do with her? There's no way.
I did
There's
not
no way
even
that's my
look like
friend.
myself. I really didn't.
And I was so mad. I was not mad at her. I was just mad at that whole situation. Didn't have to
Because
be
you
that
knew
way.
what was going on, and I had a really hard time getting away, and it's never easy. It's never easy.
Well,
If you think that you got it easy, think
it's not always women that
everything.
go
Like,
through that
it's
either.
not. You're exactly right.
There's a lot of dudes that go through that, and
I think that you can attest to it, actually.
yeah, like, man, I, yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yep, that was pretty.
And that's going to be, a whole
That whole dating
a
life's
whole
been a
other
big
series, probably.
garbage bag, dude. It's been gross. My whole dating life's been horrible. Until now. Yeah.
Oh, your whole dating life? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, mine too. It was very long relationships, but very damaging.
Let's see.
Not very many.
I had everything. I had long, short,
long-lasting scars.
Yeah, it didn't matter if they were like for the night, for the weekend, for the week, for the year, for the 2 year. It was all the same. Like they just had different levels.
It's just like the fake wore off at certain times,
Oh yeah,
different
for
times for
sure.
all of them.
Yeah,
They had expiration dates.
Oh, a lot of them were just for the night because I already knew that that wasn't going to work out. But they looked good that night, so that's pretty much all I cared about.
Well, consent is the thing, so
It really
you do what you
was.
do
I was
as an
like,
adult.
just don't tell anybody.
Just don't tell me that. Well,
Don't tell my dad. Don't tell my friends. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, because you also had some pretty crappy friends that would probably try to
Yeah,
do the things that crappy friends do, unlike fake friends.
yeah, I had a lot of shitty friends too, Ben. But even some of them were best friends,
That's a shame.
and then I found out that I really didn't have any freaking friends, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, like all this is like content that is going to be on different subject matters that we're going to talk about, and so I don't know, man. Oh,
I'm so happy to have somebody that supports me so much and
I really do support her because never in my
wants to do this with me because
never in
that
my
makes me
life,
so
man, I can't
happy.
believe in my life that I would support somebody that wants to start a channel on YouTube. Honestly, I mean,
And every
starting a channel is
single
one thing,
person,
but actually really going balls deep into it, man, I was like, okay, because I believe her. For some reason, I believe her.
well, when my job was done, YouTube began.
But man,
It's hard and it's scary, and
Yeah,
all I
it's
have
bad.
is what I have left, and I have you, and
I have you. So,
and I'm gonna build. I'm gonna build it. We're gonna build it together because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
yeah, so far, and I don't think we're gonna run out of shit actually for a long time.
I don't either.
No.
Thank you. I'm so happy that you do this with me.
Oh man,
It's awesome.
Yeah, I really was excited for her to do it. And I'm really excited just to
If it wasn't for him,
be like a co-host type thing for her.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Because sometimes
Like,
sometimes the words don't come out.
Clearly, I forget everything. Clearly, I forget everything, but I'll figure out a system.
Yeah.
I already did, but
yeah, it don't matter. So actually, I thought I'd be the one not making it, but honestly,
he's way better of a storyteller than I am.
Yeah, because
I actually
I am a good storyteller too, man.
Another thing that goes along with trauma and CPTSD is memory loss. Like I don't have the memory that I wish I did. There's a lot of things that have been blocked out automatically. Just things that I never like. I can't remember things that are like movies. So many movies I watched, and I think I know I watched them, or I feel like I watched them, or I've seen parts of them. And I think some of that is actually due to being a mom of young kids and being away from the not being able to pay attention.
It wasn't a priority. Was it important for you to remember?
True, but also when you're always worried about your safety and your security, you're not thinking about anything else.
Right.
So it's like there's no room or time for anything to seep in that's not necessary. It's like my brain is busy doing important things, and movies I can just rewatch them over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
But I have started actually remembering movies since I've been finally free.
Yeah. You have.
It's little by little, but my memory is definitely improving.
And for us to talk about like subjects like PTSD, ADHD, stuff like that, which are real, things obviously that real people of today know about. But
anxiety and depression are really
but you talk to like people that don't deal with these issues or have them on a small scale, they act like you're lying. There's no way that somebody is that. If there is, then you must have done drugs or or use most of that. Because if you start telling the truth about why you feel the way that you do, like people are like, why didn't you say those things before? Be like, well,
There's reasons for that.
I mean,
There are
I've gone through stuff.
explanations.
It's crazy.
And you didn't know why you didn't remember things that happened until decades later, and it's explainable. But
when
you know,
you try to bring it up as far as to your family members, and they
reject it completely,
yeah,
just because it's you.
They
Almost like that's how it felt.
I got told at
That's
Christmas
how it felt.
that every single thing that I talk about, that about my past, about growing up, that was kind of traumatizing to me a little bit, was fabricated and never happened. I'm like, I don't understand how my entire life was fabricated.
Yeah, your memory is warped.
I have a warped sense of, I have a warped memory. I have a warped memory. There's no way. And I'm like,
that's hurtful.
And everybody was there. Like my mom, my sister, we were like, my sister and I were young, but yet nobody believes. No, it was almost like a Mandela effect or something. Like it really did.
It's called gaslighting, honey.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about it, and it's hard to understand when you don't know. Like when I didn't know that, my first, real bad relationship was because the partner had narcissistic personality disorder. And I know that term is like thrown around a lot, and it really bothers me.
There's a lot of people though.
They have narcissistic traits. They are narcissistic, but having the personality disorder diagnosed by a doctor, which is pretty rare because people who think they have it will not go to the doctor. They don't think they have it, the people that have it. So,
Clearly.
That's part of it.
It's almost kind of like an oxymoron type
right.
thing. It's like
telling
an alcoholic to go to a meeting. It's like, do they have beer there? It's like,
at a bar, like telling an alcoholic to go to a meeting at a bar.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to work.
Unless they really want to quit. Because it's like a disease almost, being a narcissist. To me, it is. It's like, because I don't have it, but holy cow.
Unfortunately.
It's too bad it's like a cancer, because they don't necessarily show themselves who they really are until you've already invested your time and yourself into this relationship. And after you've invested so much time, they know that you're not like them, and that you have the feelings that they don't have, and they are able to crush you and manipulate you to do things that you would not normally do, to the point to where you almost feel like you're going crazy sometimes. I mean,
I'll just put it this way: when the doctor taught me what narcissistic personality disorder meant and what it was, it made my whole life make sense. A good 12 years of my life clicked. Like it, I described it to a T, and I didn't know what it was. And I'm also going to be reading some emails and stuff from that interaction as well. But that's for something else. But
yeah, it really is. But it's hard not to get into it, because it's all tied together. Man, so it really is. It's like a movie that has all these different parts, but it all comes together at the end. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
that's why I'm starting playlists. So, whichever story you want to follow or you might relate to, we probably got it in there. We've been through the, whole box of stuff.
What's up?
Just the whole gamut. I was trying to think of something else. Like, we've been through it all, man.
I know.
We went through a box of shit. Called our lives. But we're happy now.
Oh, man, I'm like the happiest that I've ever been. Like, I'm not all over it now or anything, but
I am. I'm super clingy. It's just who I am.
Really is. It's like having like a koala or something.
He loves it, actually.
Yeah, because the koalas can be mean and stuff, and she's not.
I'm not mean, but he actually likes to cuddle more than me. I'm not gonna lie.
I just like. So I just like to be helped sometimes. Man. You know what I mean? I can't help it.
Men have feelings too, and I
I
love
just
it.
not that I feel. I just want to be held, dude.
I love it. It's my
Yeah,
favorite thing in the
it's
world.
sometimes, but I do most of the holding because
You
I
do,
like.
because you're strong and you got good muscles.
I just it's like you in my armpit.
Okay.
If I worked out too much my shoulder, like I can't. That's the days I need for you to hold me because like
Yeah, I
hurts,
know.
hurts,
I
man.
know,
can't
because
do
you're
it.
all sore.
I can't do it.
I know.
It's almost like
Speaking of
total
sore,
hell. Like holy shit.
you taught me how to do the squats and overdid me for sure.
Yeah, she never did a squat. I think you never did a squat before,
I
right?
mean, I've done squats, but not like with a machine.
Like,
I'm
what do you mean you did it?
I'm a noob in the gym and a
Like
noob on
you
the
never did
computer.
it.
I don't know
You
what the
never
hell
did
I'm doing.
a squat from standing up like that. You always did it on
Yeah.
a machine.
No, I've never used a machine. I've just done it without weight.
Oh,
Or
you-
holding weight in your hand, squat down or do a forward squat or whatever.
Oh, I got you. So you never put weight on the bar before?
No.
Wow.
That's why I hurt my fucking neck.
Oh, yeah. So yeah.
I probably will have a bruise there now.
Well, yeah. I already knew you would like that exercise because that.
It does
you-
a whole man. It eliminates all those kind of machines.
Well, I mean, it's
Not
still,
really
no,
eliminates,
it really
but
doesn't because
I
you
know
want
it
to use
doesn't.
those machines. I think you should be doing the heavy movements first, you know, like the squat, and then go to something
Well,
else.
I
like,
would listen to you, Man of 1,000 Lives, which is a whole nother story, and like 50 others. It's a whole nother playlist, probably his billion lifetimes. But
she thinks it's a billion lives. It's just what I went through. Like it's just what.
okay, but it's like most of it's cool ass shit though, and I never would think about it. Like I could never do. I mean,
some of it was cool, but some of it, a lot of it was very.
It was probably not what all it was cracked up to be.
I mean,
like it's probably more glamorized than it actually was.
Yeah, like you know, some of the
but
stuff.
Still, we'll get into it.
You know, shit. I mean,
we'll get into it later.
I mean, I was at work release at one point when I was doing some of those things, and it was sketchy. So I don't know. But all right, so yeah, we're probably gonna bounce out of here, but like, you know, we're gonna be on tomorrow, probably around the same time tomorrow because I know everybody is sitting at home, not doing shit right now, and they're either falling asleep, you know, getting high, getting drunk. Somebody's doing something. I know that for sure, man. And I'm not
Somebody's doing something.
They are doing something. And yeah. So tomorrow we'll be on with a different topic, and we love you guys. And if you want to, we're not telling you to do anything because I don't like being told what to do unless it's from her. But if you can, you know, like and subscribe, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Come in. See you
later.
Is that cool?
That's cool.